What's up guys, Rainer here, back again. Today, Assault Odin Revisited. Let's talk about my buddy Odin here, and how he used to be just this titan of masculinity, just able to just come and go with impunity throughout the entire game. And now, he's just this broken husk of a man who isn't competitive at all. I mean, if you made a tier list, he probably wouldn't even make that. If you pick Odin for Conquest mode, you've already lost, because it doesn't matter what they pick. Even if they have a disconnect, they're still better than you. He doesn't do anything better than any other god. Just making this is depressing. I mean, it's just, I don't know. He's a god solely for arena and assault mode, as you see here, because you can't play him competitively. He lacks the competitive edge that a lot of other gods do. Everyone does everything better than him. He doesn't do any basic attack damage. His abilities barely hurt. He's such a late game god that by the time you get him to the point where he can be useful, you're so far behind that it doesn't matter anymore. So let's talk about how to build Odin in your arenas or your assaults to at least have a little bit of fun with this fallen hero. Well, the only thing that I can safely say is you better get your tank build on. Start off with Height of the Urchin like I have here, because it gives you bonus protections, because you're not going to get any kills, but you're going to get some assists. Then you want to go right to Midas Boots, because you need the extra gold, because you need to have more items than your opponent does to even stand a chance. I'm going to cut this video up here because it's actually really boring, because early game here, you can't do anything. I can't be a fighter, because I don't have any health. Then we move on from Midas Boots to Sovereignty, to Stone of Gaia, to Midgardian Mail, and then we, I would take RuneForged Hammer. So, I mean, that's how you have to build Odin to even have a modicum of fun with him. Let's talk about ways that Odin could be improved. One, his auto attack damage. Just what is he hitting them with? It's clearly not a spear. I mean, Poseidon's, wet noodle thing is way better than his spear. He needs attack damage. He doesn't hurt. His abilities. Their cooldowns are about probably 100% longer than they need to be. That's probably overestimate. I would say cut him down by 25%, because he needs, I mean, if nothing else, he needs to be able to spam his abilities. He's very mana hungry right now as it is, but, I mean, they don't hurt. He doesn't hurt at all. He has no wave clear. I mean, I can't go in on this Artemis here because I don't hurt. I just keep dropping my buff. That's it. I keep throwing down the Odin shout, and that's it. So everybody gets an attack speed buff around me. That's all I can do, because, I mean, and tank abilities, because I have 1,000,000 health right now.
Be careful.
Finally, his Ring of Spears. It needs to do something inside the Ring of Spears. It doesn't help Odin nearly as much as it should. It shouldn't just give him physical power, it should damage the opponent. Because, I mean, a lot of the newer gods in the game can just get out of his ring. It's barely an ultimate anymore. Back in the day when like only 1 or 2 gods had leaps, I mean, it was a very good ability to have. But now here we are in this later stage of the game. He's just, I mean, there's Nuwa. She could just do that. She could drop her ultimate. She's out of his ring. Rama there can drop his ultimate. He's out of the ring. Kronos can drop his ultimate. He's out of the ring. Everybody and their brother has a leap. And if not, they can get combat blink and just blink out of it. He's so easily countered. And honestly, if you really need to, you don't even need to blink out of the ring. You can just stay there. Odin doesn't hurt. Am I driving this point home? I hope I am, because, I mean, I want Odin to be better. I miss the Allfather like you wouldn't believe. I'm going to drop my Ring of Spears here on Guan Yu just so that Kali can get the kill. Because I know I can't. The one thing that Odin here does fairly well is he really just, like, once you get rolling with him, like I'm at level 10-ish. I can't really read the number here. It's really small in my editor. But he's got 1,000,000 health, like, early in the game. And that's really all he's got. You can just take a ton of damage. And I have this Aphrodite here behind me who's just literally constantly healing me. So that helps a lot too. But in a Conquest game, he's got no sustain. He's got very poor wave clear and very low damage. He's less of a warrior and more of a guardian. And even if you play him as a guardian, he still doesn't do fairly well because he doesn't have any CC or any wave clear. He doesn't have anything. He's got this hard single point damage or small AoE damage and then one large CC, kind of, when he throws down his Ring of Spears that not everybody can get out of, but a lot of people still can. So here's Ring of Spears again, throwing it down because Guan Yu's here and Kali needs another kill. So as I pull back here, trying, not to die, I tried to finish off Kronos there, but he popped his ultimate because he saw me coming. I catch a bunch of Rama's arrows trying to save Afro and die immediately. She didn't make it much longer. So back after the spawn, the enemies have pushed up into our towers. So I'm gonna just kind of footsie around here, drop my attack buff, and then we're just gonna kind of hang out. I picked up Salvation because, hey, if I can't do anything else, I can heal. Drop my Ring of Spears and I have all 3 enemies that I could pick up in here. I've picked up a kill on Kronos because apparently he had 1 health left and I managed to pick up that auto. We finish off Aphrodite for a nice triple kill and allowing us to push up on our opponents. Artemis just walks right into my stomp, so that was a nice freebie. Drop my salve down to heal up our team, and then we go in and we're going to take out this tower. The team takes down the tower. Myself and Kali pick up Rama for the deicide. We're going to drop this tower and the very next tower, thanks to my buff here. Drop the Odin buff. So everybody gets an attack speed boost so we can beat this tower into nothing before Guan Yu really shows up. He comes after me for some reason. Apparently he didn't hear I have 1,000,000 health. So we're to the point now here at level 14-ish that I actually am competitive now because I have 1,000,000,000 health. But that's more because of the items I've built. So I can actually stay into a fight for more than half a second, but I still don't hurt. I mean, you have to look at this in like a comparative, in a comparative light. Odin here, I mean, we're at the point where the Anubises, Lokis, Hebos are just exploding you in like one hit. I mean, if they hit you, you're pretty much dead. And Odin's just kind of like, meh, He needs to get a large buff from high res in order to make him competitive. I mean, I'm in here in their spawn area because in their tower because my team can go out and do their own thing. I mean, I lost most of my health while I was in there, didn't get any kills, and then got killed by Guan Yu, thanks to the courtesy of the Phoenix. But I mean, there was just nothing. The enemy pushed all the way back up to our towers again. I dropped my Odin buff here as I footsie around. Dance back, drop the girdle, and go in. Drop my spears down. I'm like one of the 2 enemies in the game that I can actually Ring of Spears. Don't get any kills. Guan Yu escapes and Kronos kills Kali. But I have a bunch of good mages on my team, so we're going to start picking up the ham here. Thanks to Aphrodite, I'm able to just kind of keep my health at that constant half level there. which is just perfect because I'm allowed to just keep going in and out of the fight.
I'll come and go with
I'm going to pick up this kill on Guan Yu because it's either that or Afro or Nuwa, and neither of them do any damage. The opposing Afro just throws down a great job trying to get away from us. Rama stuns me a couple of times, but gets hit by the Mummify, and I pick up the kill, allowing us to get our second deicide on, and we charge forward towards their Phoenix.
a strong one. Attack! Forward, my creation.
So we charge in. I start laying some hits on the Phoenix here. And I'm going to eventually trade off with Anubis to have control of the Phoenix. Drop my Odin shout as our team rolls in, taking out the Phoenix. I drop the girdle as we move on to the Titan here. But 2 of the enemy teammates are up and the rest of them are right behind him. So we're going to go ahead and pull it back a little bit. I mean, Guan Yu here is just into our team, doing damage. I mean, he's of a very similar level at Odin, and he's just that much better. He can do damage, he has a heal, and that's where Odin needs to get. He needs to either get a complete rework of his abilities or something. He needs something to get him back into the competitive edge. I thought we were going to retreat, we apparently weren't, so I go back in. Drop my Ring of Spears down and catch Guan Yu. Trying to go for this kill. Just, I want it real bad, and I can't get it because he's better than me. Drop down myself again to heal my, actual damage characters up. I mean, Afro's doing more damage than I am. That's where we are. I'm constantly in the fight doing harass, but I mean that's about all it is. We're in trouble here, so Aphrodite and I pull back all the way to our tower. We have left, dancing around some more. Our team comes up, and I drop Odin buff and Girdle, and then it's time to go, but I naturally step right into the Artemis weeds. Come in, put down the Ring of Spears with Rama and Aphrodite, caught in both, so that Aphrodite can't change the way she's healing. Allows our team to pick up 2 quick kills on Guan and Kronos. As we move around on Rama and Aphrodite, Kali's over here doing work. I'm just desperately trying to clear this wave because it's really all that Odin can do at this point. I can't chase very well. I mean, my ultimate's gone, and I don't have any CC. Team's up here, finishing off what's left of their team. Drop the Odin buff down again. Coming here to start tanking on this Titan. There, I picked up the aggro on it as Anubis died. So I'm just standing here taking straight hits from the Titan. And we finish it off for the GG. So, there you have Odin Revisited. I mean, let's step up our game here, Hi-Rez, and let's make everybody competitive in the game and not just, your new gods. Anyway, guys, this has been Rainer. Sorry I was a little ranty. I'll see you next time.